as far as I can tell, but he just came right back in the meta, and I feel like Pillar is one of the best abilities in the game, as Keen is, of course, doing level 1 Gangplank things.
Yeah, Pillar is so good.
Yeah, it allows you to have the flexibility to not only play him in the jungle, but also in the support role more often, especially with the tank support meta. It just makes sense in a lot of areas, and as you were saying, with all those support bans into the Leona and Sejuani, it ended up being the best choice.
Yeah, the thing about his kit is just so good regardless of items.
He's going for the kill. Not quite going to get it, but he gets a response flash.
Dread. Look for the steal here with Gory nearby. This is pretty risky.
This is an immediate response from Gory, as you can see. The Sejuani will dodge it, and Dread just laughs at them.
You know, is putting that pressure on. He has that control ward, and then when Rich finally decides to go clear it, well, that's the Drake, and he's looking for a play now.
Yeah, no flash, but he should have his oranges. Doesn't look like he was able to use it. Trying to trade back, and he saves it, actually. The damage from the Cannon Barrage and the shot to Peanut means he has to back off. And now we have a Realm Warp coming in from Afrika. They want to punish this hardcore, and that they will. They get the 1, and they should get the 2 here as Fly will have to run away, and they give the kill over to Keen's Gangplank of everybody right after they got the Infernal Drain.
But does play very well early on, and that early control he gets means that when resources are committed here, you get so much more on the map. They had already gotten the Drake, so Peanut felt desperate. Wasn't able to hit 6 off of the Krug, so isn't able to ult here. If he has his ult, he at least is able to kill Keen. But you're playing against a comp that can rotate so well, and I feel like we're seeing Notion fall into the same traps this game as they did last, where, yeah, you commit up here, you look for a kill onto Keen, he plays it.
Let's see, no Cannon Barrage right now.
Arrow?
The arrow is coming in, and it's going to hit Gory right in the front, but here's the slicing. Maelstrom gets rooted down immediately. Vanguard's Edge, though, and a big wombo comes in from Nongshim. The turn is huge. Lots of low health bars, though, as Keen is running straight at them. Maybe a little bit too aggressive here, but he's baiting them into Leo. And Leo and Fly together are kiting everybody down, and nobody's got any health anymore, so Nongshim not able to get away from this one as Gory will go down for Worlds. They need this win. And they're playing like it. This is some of the cleanest play we've seen from Afrika. As Nongshim, with that pillar, they're getting a lot of value here, trying to burst down Gory, but he's got that W rolling, and he stays alive for an incredibly long amount of time, but he has to get away, as they will pick off Kellen, or Lahans rather, but that is it, as Rich is on the backside. Dread, though, going straight to the Aphelios. Fly is able to pick him off at least. As you can see, Peanut is desperate to get something going, but nothing will happen for Nongshim. As Leo now going 1v2, he still has the shield bow, and that is going to be a huge fight win again here for Afrika.
At first, it looked like Gen G was going to be the most consistent team. I think that actually became Nongshim as time went on. But this comp is such a tanky front line. So yeah, you put up the pillar here, but then you don't have great engage options. And look at the collapse here onto Gory. Meanwhile, Rich is just not even here.
He's fighting with Keen.
Yeah, if he is actually able to set up for a slicing Maelstrom in this moment, it's great, but he can't. And then Peanut flashes this to try to look for a kill. Hex Drinker value is actually insane. Like, he tries to kill Keen here, and he just walks away.
Yeah.
And then, like, Leo's had a sleeper series so far.
The guy's on him, and there was options for double teleport to the bottom side. As now Fly, big Everfrost, but there's still a lot of pressure on him. The damage not quite there. Peanut desperate, but the Realm Warp gets him to safety. See you later.
After one failure, they just dropped it. They were like, we're not going top anymore. As we watch this setup here, the arrow is so clutch, and he just gets to Everfrost and teleport out. He's like, I'm getting out of here, I'm gonna live.
They may have been able to retaliate, right? As, speaking of which, here's Duck Dom, huge Gravitum Moonlight Vigil, but it's still, the damage isn't there as Dread is gonna find that backline. He's so tanky, they're all putting damage into this Sejuani and nobody can kill him, as now Gory is desperate to get somebody, gets the 1 kill onto the Ashe, but look at everybody else on Nongshim is zoned away, as they will not even be able to pick up Dread at the same time.
And Nongshim just don't seem to be ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, okay, a lot of damage coming out here. Even the Cannon Barrage
Bye-bye.
going on in, and Fly just nukes him down.
Map, and then Afrika gets an objective. But because they have so much vision, as Rich, you don't have the ability to even flank in later team fights. As you watch this, I mean, it's just incredible communication. I mean, it's a pretty simple kill, and Rich isn't even really
So you already have tanky members, and they're just going to get even more value out of those Drakes. As here we go, the engage comes in, that arrow going to hit the cannon, and Rich will barely survive, but he has to flash. Red, and it's going to take him a little while to come on over here, but they have teleports ready to go. Somebody teleported up to the wave as they're looking for a little bit of a flank. Nongshim commit heavy onto this one, and here comes Dread. He's not going to be able to get the smite though, but they kill Rich before the fight even begins. Big Moonfall comes in though. The wombo combo from Nongshim. Is it enough? Is the question. Tukam is going crazy. It's just so many carries of Afrika, and they find the wombo in that fight.
If you can set up the combo when you have a desperate engage. And this goes wrong for Afrika because they don't get to play their game. Dread has to go over the wall here to look for a steal. You don't really have that sort of phalanx setup that we've seen from Afrika in every single fight. You mentioned Keen teleporting to the top of the fight. Means he's trying to set up barrels here, but he does very little until he can actually close the gap here. And look at this combo. Moonlight Vigil Moonfall. It's a full moon tonight. Nongshim are going to be able to take the fight. They bring themselves back to this game, and for the first time in forever, they will be able to
point. They still have extremely fed carries, but the
try to clear some of that vision out on your way out when they did decide to back as Fly.
Okay, there's a one-on-one. We got Leona around, but a little bit too slow, and Gory's full health.
These are like things that you accept to be true in the late game for Afrika. And this is the first time Fly gets caught this series. Just out very greedy. Like, where are you at? No teammates anywhere. You know, you have... Watch out, Afrika. You've got to play this one very passively here. The arrow going to connect.
Okay, they have a lot of stuff to throw in, but look at the damage, and the Moonfall follow-up is gigantic, and now we have going forward is Nongshim. They might have just won the game off of this.
Leo tosses in the arrow, and the idea is we can blow up this cannon, and if we can get that kill, maybe we can actually take the fight, because you can't collapse in. Oh, Lehens is going to be the fifth to fall.
He's trying desperately to stop the wave, but he can't. Safety over a potential flip over the Nexus.
Watch out.
That's fair.
Look at where Rich is. His positioning is very risky and greedy. And if you can blow up the cannon here, then you can actually look to the fight. But look at the Moonlight Vigil. And then you had just follow up Moonfall. It's too much damage. Cannon ult here is not as great as it necessarily could have been, but the fight's over before Rich presses R. The damage output and the combo potential there.
Yeah, if you have something like a Thresh, he is not stopping for anyone. The Pillar forces Dread to go backwards, and now...
On to Rich again, something, anything.
Hey, they're gonna find Peanut, but the Zhonya's is good enough, and the Cannon Barrage, not enough damage either, and Rich is gonna find the angle on the right side. He gets it done, as the Moonfall now just for the cherry on top, and Nongshim proved that no matter how far behind or what is happening in the game, they can and will make a comeback, and here we go, we got our series tied.
한번 이거 얘들아 기둥 깔고 1회 던지면서 해보자.
혈통 한번 조심해.
앞에 붕 쓰면서.
공 한번 쏠게. 혈통.
나 상관없어. 나 솔직히 다 찝었어. 나 절대 상관없어.
가자.
레시피. 사원아 깨면서.
대전에 빨게.
나이스 속박. 얘만 잡고 끝내자. 죽이실 분. 상점권 한다. 하나, 둘, 셋. 나이스. 잘 싸웠다.
다행이다.